Hi, guys. I was trying in the thumbnail to get an angle where I didn't have 12 chins. Whatever. We're almost there. We're almost there. I can't believe I've gained so much weight. I look like Miss Piggy. It's fine, whatever. We're almost there. All right, so I'm not sure what the rest of the day holds for me, so I wanted to get in at least an hour right now, and then we'll see what happens later on. I'd like to come back at least for another one, either later this afternoon or early evening or tonight. All right, so let's start. Oh boy, it's been interesting. Lily wants a reading, a love reading. Okay. Got a lot of passion around you. And you're prepared for it. Prepared for passion. Definitely a good thing. Feeling like you made it to the top of the mountain in some fun, carefree, adventurous times. No longer waiting for your ship to come in, spin the wheel of fortune. You're going to have an offering that comes in that you're going to be well aware of. Somebody comes in here with an offering of love, or they're pursuing you really hard. You have an Aries here. You also have somebody from your past coming back. Could be two different people, the Aries and then somebody else from your past coming back. No matter what happens over the next couple of months, you're going to be the one that's in charge. You're the one calling the shots. Good luck. Elantra, what's coming towards Marquis and I in relationship? Okay. Look at hair in my mouth. God. All right. So the end of a heartbreaking situation and time to move forward. Three of Pentacles ensures that your relationship is built on solid ground, or you're going to get there and the roots are going to run very deep. It looks like balance comes back into the relationship and you do work out the issues that you had in the past. You will be moving forward with him. It may take time. It could get roughy at moments, but just continue to be honest and open. And I think you guys are going to get back on track early part of this year. High vibration. Career reading for 2020. Oh my goodness, what happened here? You also are going to find a grounded relationship when it comes to work. So if you recently went through a disaster at work, or if recently there was some sort of a disappointment, if you lost your job or whatever, it doesn't make a difference. Whatever it was, it moves into the past. Feeling like you finally found something that you can sink your teeth into, something that you're going to be at for a while, moving forward in a company that's very well balanced, easy to work for. The Hangman in reverse ensures that your career moves forward quickly. And with the Ace of Swords, you get to call a lot of shots. So you have more control over your career this year than you think. There's passion around you, so you probably like what you do. Or if you haven't found the job yet, you're going to love it, whatever it is that you get. The Eight of Swords in reverse indicates that you won't be holding yourself back. You will take chances, pursue your dreams, and succeed this year. I keep saying it, even though it's feeling a little bit dicey at the moment for a lot of us, I think 2020 is going to be a pretty good year. Alicia, how is Nick currently feeling? Okay. Well, if he's recently been argumentative, that's going into the past. He's starting to feel a little bit more balanced. The devil card is here, which could indicate he may be overindulging in something that's not so great for him. It could be alcohol, some type of an addiction. It also could just be showing us that that's what's gone on over the holiday season, which is normal. He's feeling like he's working on his self-esteem and he's coming along. I think that he's going to start to step forward a little bit more because I think he's a little bit more confident in himself. I think he wants to be in a relationship that's built on solid ground. I think he's looking forward to spending time with you. And I think that with a little bit of hard work, you guys can get this relationship going in the right direction. I would be... I would just be patient and take it slow because it looks like it's working itself out and you're not going to have to do too much to make this stuff happen, and it's all going to kind of fall into place. You all right? You got it? Okay. Maria, general reading. Financial stability comes in. The happy home, the end of arguing and bickering with the Five of Wands in reverse, the end of money struggles, or money gets much easier. So now I don't know what's going on here around your home. You could be buying a new home, redecorating your home, spending a lot of time at home, but there's more money and resources for you to do that moving forward this year. Judgment card is here, so you're going to find yourself at the right place at the right time. The Empress card is here, which means you could form a stable love relationship. It could be all about prosperity. The Empress has everything to do with the planet Venus. See, it has that little Venus sign on it. Love, money, prosperity, abundance, engagement, beauty, birth or conception of a child. So if you don't want children, when that card shows up, be careful if you're in that situation. You're going to feel like the world is at your feet in 2020, and somebody from your past returns with the Six of Cups. So you're going to have a very busy 2020. Denny, what Spirit wants me to know about my life? Okay, Spirit cards. Spirit cards. Renewal, Archangel Jeremiel. Review and evaluate. A favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. The King of Air. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. The Three of Water. A celebration, a wedding, a graduation, or a birth announcement. The need to have more fun. Denny, can I have a general reading for 2020? Sure. Let go of the regret. Anything that has been troubling you from the past, let it go, because your life will move forward quickly once you do. You'll have a large sum of money that comes in and a soulmate relationship. Now, this person could be bringing in the money, or they could be two different things. You also have somebody from your past coming back, which it could be that soulmate relationship. I'm not going to tell you that it isn't, but it also may be something that you need to walk away from finally so that your life can move on. And then you start to feel unburdened. You may have like your last word, the closure that you need, and love comes in with somebody else. Overall, in 2020, it looks like you're going to work hard and you're going to see a whole lot of payoff, and you're going to be calling a lot of the shots. You have a lot of decisions and choices to make, and you do walk away from what's gone on in the past that doesn't work. You know, it could be the kind of thing where like you've given someone 108 tries and they just couldn't get it right. And then on the 109th, you're like, you know what? It's too late. Either way, whatever your decision is, you're going to be the one calling the shots, and you're the one that's going to be happy. So it's a good thing. You're not shedding tears over it. where am I up to? Jelena? Will I get a raise? They said November. It didn't happen. You know, these companies piss me off. The company that I worked for used to pull shit like that too. You're going to get it. It's going to take time. And then, I'll tell you what they did. It's so pissed off. Whoop. You're going to get it. It's going to happen probably sooner than you think. Company that I used to work for originally when I started working there, they were really like a mom and pop shop. And every year on your anniversary date, you got a raise. And usually we went up every year $1. The company didn't pay a ton, but we usually went up $1. And then there were years that went by where we didn't get anything. And when they did the review, they would backdate it, but they would backdate it to an arbitrary date. My hire date was November 16th, but like I would get my review in March and then they would backdate it to like, I don't know, December 31st. Like why? We had no idea. They just picked it out of the hat. Then they changed the review process to this, which was so frustrating. In September, they would give you a sheet to fill out where you would evaluate yourself. After you did that, you gave it to your manager. They made their corrections, gave it back to you, you revised it. You handed it back in. They gave it to their boss, who was really our boss too, but we had a manager that did nothing, whatever. And then everybody had, we had two companies, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. All of the managers would fly out to Chicago because it was a neutral area. And they couldn't fly on the same flights because if something happened, they had to take different flights. And they would have this big, huge meeting in Chicago, and they would everybody would discuss everybody's raise. So I was in accounting, but like the warehouse manager out in LA who never met me before would be deciding how much I should get as a raise. Ridiculous. And then they would fly home and we would get our raises. And it would be backdated to an arbitrary date. March 12th. Why? We don't know, but whatever. And I used to get so pissed because I would be like, the amount of time and effort and the money spent on airplane tickets and these consultations in Chicago, just give us a freaking raise. I mean, what the hell? So I appreciate your frustration, but I do believe that coming up soon, probably before the end of January or the beginning of February, you will get that raise. So frustrating. Sister Moon, the energies between him and I today. Passion and heartbreak. So I don't know what that's all about. Then happiness comes in. So once again, it's like a roller coaster of emotions. It's passion, it's happiness, but it's also heartbreak. I would be careful with him because I think that sometimes he says and does things purposely to upset you and hurt you. I think he may kind of get off on that. So if he does do something like that or says something or you hear something, I would take it with a grain of salt because it may not be 100% true. Tarot TV. Why hasn't Eric called? Okay. Well, he's got a couple of things that have gone on around him. There's a lot of happiness going on around him. This could be celebrations, or this could be the holiday season, whatever. But it also looks like somebody stabbed him in the back or he's feeling betrayed by someone. I don't think it has anything to do with you, but I do think that you're going to see justice and he is going to call with the Judgment card. So whatever he's doing right now, he may be dealing with some kind of bullshit on his end. And he may have been legitimately busy with the holidays or the holiday weekend or something that went on. It's going to blow over and you guys are going to reconnect soon, relatively soon. I would think within the next couple of days to the next week. Alyssa, Does Martin think that I don't like him anymore because I stopped making an effort and chose to be silent? Sometimes he does, because sometimes he feels like he was stabbed in the back and he feels regret. But for the most part, he knows how you feel about him. And, like he has his moments where he's like, well, if she'd like me or she cared about me, I would hear from her. But then on the other hand, he's pretty sure of how you feel about him. A lot of it depends on the person's mood at the time. All right, I'm going to go back up to the top. Coco is looking for a love reading. Okay. Coco. No longer holding yourself back. Somebody from your past returns. Moving forward. Being prepared to move forward. Love comes in. Balance returns to your life, which inevitably ends up leading to the happy home. Hang in there. You're on the brink. Sister, he's doing another event, but this time hasn't posted about it. Last time he did, but I haven't messaged him in a month. Is it his ego? Is his ego less now that he hasn't heard from me? Okay, let's see. His ego is less, but he's still, it's less than it was, but he's still pretty ego driven. And I don't think that has only to do with you. I think he gets a lot out of you that's like an ego boost, but I think he does it with a lot of people. I mean, it has taken him a notch down, but just watch. He's going to come in soon with some sort of charade. I can feel it. Martha, has the Gemini done any spell work or conjure work on me? I get panic attacks over him and I don't understand it. He doesn't communicate with me. Okay, let's see. No, I'm not getting that he's done anything like that. But what you might be picking up on with him, which is very possible, is his panic attacks. So when two people are connected emotionally or, metaphysically, it doesn't matter where in the world you are. It makes no difference. If he's going through something and he's having a panic attack, you could pick up on it. Not everybody has that kind of connection. I have a friend of mine who I have not spoken to. I recently spoke to her briefly the other day, but I've known her since I'm 5 years old. She is the one person in this world that I cannot lie to because she knows. I don't even have to say anything to her. Her sun is at 21 degrees of Leo, which is directly sitting on my moon at 21 degrees Leo. I could stand in front of her and she could read my whole life. She is not the person that you want to be around if you're trying to hide something because she'll know it. And I think you and him have that kind of connection. I think he's panicking and you're picking up on that. And that the lack of communication between the both of you is not helping the problem for either one of you. Unfortunately, this may be something that the situation has to go through to get to the next level, but I think that it's because you're picking up on each other's anxiety. Here's the thing. When it comes to something that's fated or something that's supposed to happen, is something that you just can't get it right, nothing, eventually it has to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you can delay it, you can block it, you can throw all sorts of darts at it. But if two people are supposed to come together to have some type of relationship, it has to happen. And if it doesn't, that's where all the anxiety and the panic and the bullshit comes in. And like I said, and just because you're supposed to have this relationship doesn't mean it's going to last forever, or this soulmate bullshit that I hear all the time, or the one. but it means that there is something meant to be, that the two of you are supposed to learn something from each other. And for whatever reason, it's not happening. It's creating the anxiety. But I don't think that he's like sent demons after you or anything like that. All right, let me go back up to the top. Liza, how does he feel about me recently? Okay. Jay, how's Jay feeling? Well, he's starting to unstick himself and he's getting ready to move forward. He's sort of focusing on this relationship that the two of you have or will have. The world is at his feet. He's feeling very passionate. I think he's going to end up moving forward relatively soon. You have the Knight of Cups here. If it hasn't happened yet, just give it some time. I think it's going to happen. I think he's feeling like he's starting to wake up a little bit. He may be feeling like, time is ticking and the years are going by and he wants to have something meaningful. Brianna, 1111, love. You've got happiness coming in, filling up all cups with a soulmate relationship that can be a slow-moving earth sign. Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. This card to me always feels more like a Taurus, but it doesn't have to be. It also doesn't have to be an earth sign. It could be a slow-moving anybody. You're going to get your wish. Love comes in. There's something to celebrate in 2020. Could even be somebody from your past returns, or it could be love comes in, you're in this relationship with somebody new, you're happier than a pig in shit, and then some ex from your past comes back to throw a wrench in everything. I think you'll make the right decision if that should happen. And either way, you should also be feeling a little bit more financially stable in 2020. I think I'm up to Alicia. Alicia. Is Angel happy with his girlfriend? Okay. Not really. Sun is in reverse, which means there's a delay in happiness or there's a holdup around happiness. I don't think he's thrilled. I think he's riding it out, but I don't think that there's any long-term substance here to this relationship, and I think that it's going to eventually dissipate. Sister, is he relieved knowing that I'm no longer in town? He feels a little bit less burdened, but he's not relieved. I think he likes you being in town. I think he is a little bit addicted to all of the drama that he causes. I don't think that he's happy that you're gone. It may be a relief in some aspects, but overall, I don't think that he's happy. Shayavish, love. Okay. All right, use your intuition. You've got a water sign here that may be a Pisces. Otherwise, it would be a Cancer or a Scorpio. You also have coming in out of the blue an Aries. Your life is going to change quickly. There's money around you. There's love coming in, a spiritual connection. And the Empress is here. So whoever you choose to be with, it's going to be your choice. And you know what the Empress means. Be careful if you don't want children. But this person should be treating you really well. It shouldn't be the kind of thing where you have to beg, borrow, and steal to get their attention. It should be the kind of thing where they're all over it. So I think it's going to be a good thing for you. Denny, do you see if it would be better to cut Andy out? Okay. I think it would be a good thing to do something different. So, it's like they say, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So, if you've never cut him out before, I would shut him down for at least a couple of weeks, make him worry. If Yeah, I don't think it's the kind of thing where, it's a fine line because people know what they can get away with, and people will get away with whatever you allow them to. So I think if you did something out of character, it would change the energy of the situation and he would respond to you in a different way. If he thought he was going to lose you, if he thought that you were never going to speak to him again, I would not suggest the blocking bullshit. When people are like, well, I blocked him, is he going to call me? I'm like, no, because how is he going to reach you? I would suggest doing something to remove yourself from the situation and make it a little bit more difficult for him. I think you're going to see a change in him that way. But you got to put yourself at the center of your universe. And I think that what happens a lot is that we put the other person at the center of our universe. We do what's better for them. Now it's time that you do what's better for you. High vibration. What's Saranish felt when he saw my photo on WhatsApp? All right, so it shows here the Empress is in reverse, which would indicate that either he wasn't thrilled with it or he thought that it was done for some type of a reason. I don't know. There's also a little bit of anxiety around it. I don't know what the picture was, but it looks like it kind of knocked him off balance, or he wasn't prepared for it, or he was taken by surprise. Maybe taken by surprise. I don't know. The Empress in reverse would kind of indicate that he wasn't thrilled with it, or it didn't make him happy, or he didn't appreciate it. I don't know why. Like, why would he not appreciate it? But that's what it shows. Gracie, would there be a possibility of a romantic future between me, the Aries, and Connor, the Cancer? Okay. There's a definite possibility. You got a 70% chance. It goes up even higher if he's an Aries or you're an Aries that's born on the cusp of Pisces, because the Pisces card showed up. So if you're like a March 21st, 22nd kind of Aries, that goes up even higher than a 70% chance, which would indicate that it's going to be your decision. You could have a relationship with him if you wanted it. That could work itself out. Stojans, when is love coming in for me? Okay, let's see. When is love coming in? The ace would be the first of any month. The hearts would be the spring. So I'm going to say probably around the beginning of spring. All right. Somebody send in a... All right, I did that one. All right, let's go back up to the top. Ashley, when will I get married? Okay. I can give you a good time. I can't swear to it because astrologically we have a lot of times, like a lot of moments that are good for marriage. I'm Gemini rising myself, which promises that I get married more than once. the ace, the beginning of any month, or it could be sometime in the fall. Now, it may not be this fall coming up, it could be next fall, but the spades would be this fall. So Gemini risings usually get married more than once, and I've had over the years so many astrologers predict marriage, and I've never been married. And to be honest, I don't think I ever will. At this stage of the game, it's just not that important. But anyhow, the point being is that there have been many opportunities in my life astrologically where it should have come up and it didn't. Kimmy, why did Mike move in with her? Okay, let's have a look. Why did Mike move in with her? Looks like it has something to do with money. The Ten of Pentacles is in reverse. He's feeling kind of weak. He's feeling unbalanced. He's also feeling undecided. You know, here's the thing. There are a couple of things that can be dreadful, right? Somebody dating somebody else, somebody moving in with somebody else, they go on vacation together, or they get married, whatever. But at the end of the day, sometimes the fastest way to end a relationship is to move in with that person. The same thing with marriage. I know plenty of people that have lived together for many years, and as soon as they get married, it's like, it's over. And it's like, you guys lived together for 20 years. What happened? That's just sometimes what happens. So just because they moved in together doesn't mean anything. They can move out just as fast. The only thing with me when it comes to marriage, which you even have a couple of years for that, because I believe it can be annulled pretty quickly. The first year, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is that you're signing over all of your legal rights to someone. So I know that a lot of times women want to have this fantasy, you know, with the wedding and the white dress and the horse and their Cinderella. But you're making one day a fairy tale, but the reality is that you're signing over all of your rights to somebody else. And if you're not 100% sure that this person is right for you or doing you right, do you really want them making medical decisions for you? Should you become incapacitated? Do you want them to take over your 401k? Do you want their hands in your savings account? So that to me is what you really have to think about. You can live with somebody forever, but if you don't marry them, they're not going to be the one to pull the plug on you should they have to make the call. You know what I mean? So it's a lot to think about. Let's go back up to the top. Wolfie, what action do I need to take on studies? Okay. Well, it does show that you need some money, or either you have money or you're going to need the money, but you're definitely taking on more studies. You need to be a little bit more focused, spend a little bit more time either working on your stuff or focused on your studies. But I really think that it comes kind of natural to you and you don't have to work that hard. Like the average person may have to work harder than you. I had to work really hard to do well in school. I think a lot of it comes natural to you. I think that you just need to stay a little bit more focused. Jovi, why do I keep dreaming about the Scorpio? Because he's thinking about you too. Definitely. He's thinking about you. He's feeling also a little bit burdened and he's not sure which direction to go in. You're going to have choices. He may be feeling like he's in the middle of a disaster and that somebody has hurt him and he doesn't know how to either reach out to you or mend fences. But if you're dreaming about him, he's showing up because you're thinking about him. He's thinking about you. So especially when it comes to spell work, the best time to start spell work is 3 o'clock in the morning. It's called the witching hour. It's anywhere between 3 and 4 a.m. And reason being is, well, it also had to do with the Catholic Church, but that's not here nor there. When the person is sleeping, you can get into their subconscious. when they're awake, it's much harder. So if you know that the person that you're after is like a policeman or a fireman or somebody that may have a funky schedule, or a cop or a nurse, something like that, you really want to try to start that work while they're sleeping, because you'll get into their subconscious that way. And that's what's happening for you too. While you're sleeping, you're showing up in each other's consciousness. All right, who am I up to here? Super chat wise. High vibration, I think. Yes, high vibration. Relationship between me and the Sag in 2020. Okay. Your relationship with the Sag can move forward if you leave in the past regret, pain, and hurt. Then you can work on building a relationship that's stable with solid ground, that's even financially stable. But you have to leave in the past what didn't work and not carry it into the future. If you're prepared to do that, and right now it's showing that one person is not prepared, they're a little hung up, um, your relationship can grow in 2020 by leaps and bounds. Elizabeth, will my district manager like my resume? Will I get the job? Okay. Yeah. You have a lot of opportunity in 2020, but in this instance, you climb to the top of the mountain, you call the shots, and more money comes in. So yeah, I do think that you could get this job for sure. Zara, who's coming towards me in the next couple of months? Okay. You have a Leo here. You also have a water sign. Now, the Leo may be around you right now and they're feeling a little bit unlucky or like they've been unsuccessful. They may even be feeling a little bit heartbroken, but I think they may try again. You have a love connection coming in early part of this year. It could be with this Leo. There's also a water sign here, a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer. Whichever relationship you choose to enter, the relationship is built on solid ground. The roots run very deep. I think it could be with the Leo. If it's not a current Leo that's around you, it could be a new Leo that shows up. Shamay Araji, is F interested in me? 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're interested in you. The Three of Cups is in reverse. They may be interested also in somebody else, or they may think that Three of Cups is a third party. So they could either be with somebody else and interested in you, or they could be interested in you and think that you're with another person. It's third party interference. All right. Priyanka, why did G not text me today? Okay, let's see. I think that they're gonna text you. If you don't hear from them today, you'll hear from them tomorrow, because this is what it shows. Forward movement quickly, an offering in front of you, your wish comes true, use your intuition, you have a soulmate connection. So if they didn't text you today, it could be a number of things. It could be they went out without their phone, they did something stupid, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're going to be in contact soon. I'm not even worried about it. I got to run to the bathroom. Hang on. You looking for me? I'm right here. I'm right here, buddy. He's all curled up. All right. I think I'm up to Elizabeth. Oh, Sister Moon. We met up. He met up with me many times. He met up with me many times. He met up with me many exes last year to discuss us. Many times last year to discuss us. But the one time he wouldn't move up was when he thought I was moving. Did he meet up with me when I was there to salvage his reputation? Let me see. Yeah. I think that he does think that you could do something to save his reputation, but I don't know he has a bad reputation. I never felt that before. But it showed 99% chance that he was going to use you for something if he could. This guy's got some nerve. Elizabeth, are things going to move forward with Kay or should I give up? Okay. Things going to move forward with Kay. I would like to tell everybody to give up on these people, but the cards indicate that this relationship can move forward. A 70% chance plus the 9 of Pentacles, that's pretty high that this relationship is moving forward. The thing is that, I know how frustrating it can be when you're in a situation like that. So, you really got to protect yourself. Keep your eyes open for other people. I think you do. I think that you're pretty well balanced. And I don't think that he gets to you the way he could. I think you're pretty stable about it. But the cards indicate that this relationship will move forward. All right, let's see. High vibration. Will I change my job this year? And if so, when? Okay. Yeah. 70% chance, yes, you will move forward. So I think that would be like the second third of the year. Let's see. 2 of Hearts. It could be sometime this spring. And it could also be something that you love. Like you could be moving into a job or a career that you absolutely love. Okay. Within. What does Lewis feel and think for me? Okay. He goes back and forth a little bit. He waffles back and forth. It's like at some points he feels like he should walk away from this, that it's not serving him, but then his wish is for the relationship to move forward. Your urge to use your intuition, and when you use your intuition, he responds and he pursues you. I think you should leave regret in the past and focus on this relationship if it's something that you want. I think he's not so sure that this is the best thing for him, so he kind of goes back and forth with how he feels. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be your decision if you want to move forward with him. Um, Costanza, will the Aries make a move towards me and when? Okay. 2, 3. You got a 99% chance. Yes, they will. Four of Diamonds. The diamonds could be sometime this winter. 4 days, 4 weeks. Could also be the month of April, but I think it's going to happen this winter. Relatively soon. All right, go back up to the top. Sonia, I want to know if I have a good intuition that I should follow, or am I just paranoid? That's a good question. All right. All right. Okay, so it shows both. How you differentiate between the two. Because I've been in this situation myself many times where I'm like, I can't tell if it's my intuition or if I'm just being paranoid and negative. So your intuition, for the most part, I believe, is always going to be right. Paranoia would be things that are sort of dreamt up. Like you kind of create an insane story and then you convince yourself of it. Like I can't think of any examples. But what you want to do when you're feeling like you might be just being paranoid is you want to really get in touch with the way your gut feels. So to me, it sounds crazy, but this is the best way I can explain it. To me, I always look at I can't show you now because I'm sitting, but like from like where my ribs are, right? It's kind of like egg shaped. It feels like an egg. So if something to me feels like it's a lie, I feel like the egg shatters and it feels empty. A half truth would kind of feel like it's half cracked. And if someone's telling you the truth, it feels full. So I always go by that. So if you dream up something that's like totally bizarre and paranoid, check in with your gut as to how you're feeling, because a lot of times the thing is that paranoia, fear, all that stuff goes out into the universe really fast, really hard, and it manifests quickly because we can channel those feelings really easily. We can channel fear much easier than we can channel love, hope, desire, money, that kind of stuff. So the stronger the vibration goes out, the quicker it's going to come back. So you want to cut off any of that bullshit before it goes out into the universe and has a chance to manifest. Let me go back up. Oh, somebody donated through PayPal? Okay. Oh, Bria, the Cap contacted me despite what he sees on my page. All right. Will the Cap contact me? Okay. You got a small percentage that he might contact you because you have the Two of Cups here, but I'm not so sure. The intuition card is here, High Priestess. So use your intuition. My suggestion for everybody when it comes to social media is to be very careful with what goes up there, because people write their own stories when they see something, and you don't want to make matters worse. There is no way for you or anybody to control what somebody else thinks when they see something. So you have to be careful, because once you see something, you can't unsee it. And if this person gets an idea in their head, you could wind up sabotaging your whole relationship and your intentions, what you wanted to put out there. is not what's going to get picked up. So, I mean, just be careful. Be careful, because right now it looks like the cards want you to use your intuition, and the percentage is pretty low that he's going to reach out. All right, let's see. I think I'm up to Sharda. Am I up to Sharda? Yes. All right, let's see. What's Sharda's question? Will Brandon take action towards me? I'm losing hope. Okay. 70% chance yes, and when they come in, they're going to come in with a fun, adventurous, carefree sort of side. Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Afia, Linford's current feelings towards me since our disagreement. He's a Libra. Okay. Well, he's feeling a little bit of regret, and he's feeling totally unbalanced, but he also knows that fate will put the two of you back in a situation where you could work it out. Use your intuition when dealing with him, and the relationship will get back on solid ground. I think you're going to get past it, but I think you definitely did knock him down a couple of notches, which is a good thing. I think you made the right decision with this little argument or disagreement. Where are we here? Did that one. Did that one. Iman, what's next in my connection with O? All right, what's next? Moves forward quickly towards happiness. Got a soulmate connection. This relationship's moving forward for you. Don't worry about it. And Yukriti, why am I getting weird dreams? Well, you got a combination of things happening here. You got an offer around you that's coming in. You might not be seeing. You have a betrayal around you that you may have just been dealing with in the past. You have choices around you that you may be not ready to make. A lot of times weird dreams could be suppressing your intuition. It could be knowing what you need to do and just not doing it. You know, knowing that you need to do whatever to move forward and you're just not doing it. And then at the very least, make sure that you don't sleep with the TV on, because that can do it too. Krista, Jay told Jay not to contact me until he was ready to be serious. When will he reach out, and will he be able to move forward? Okay, let's see. Will he be willing to move forward when he reaches out? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, look, he's worried about this, and he's planning on moving forward. Let's see if we can get some timing. He heard what you said, and he's going to take it into consideration. I think he knows that he's like, his time is up and he's got to get his shit together. Eight of Clubs. 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, the month of August, or sometime this summer. I don't think it's going to take that long. I think that between 8 days and 8 weeks from now, you guys should be on solid ground, or in a heading towards a much more stable place. Talia, may I have general for this month? Okay. Okay, you have some choices to make. Weigh your options carefully because you got happiness coming in when you make the right decisions. Focused on moving forward. You also have a creative project that may come in that you may be working on that could prove to make a lot of money for you in the future. You have magic coming in and balance. So this month I think is going to be really good for you as long as you are honest with yourself and you make good decisions. So it's like you know what you need to do to move forward. You just have to do it. Okay. All right, I did the super chats. Let's go back up to the top. Abyssinian, Joseph's feelings towards me. Okay. How's Joseph feeling? How is Joseph feeling? Like he's coming in with an offering of love, ready to take a spin on the wheel of fortune, but he's a little bit holding himself back, so give him a minute. I think inevitably he's going to come forward. I think he's going to get out of his own way, but he may be holding himself back. He doesn't have the nerve yet, but he will. Jennifer, how did he feel? What I wrote him, he's been acting up and he's been acting cold. All right, let's see. How did he feel? He's still going to move forward and he's still going to be pursuing you. He's taking a minute. It's almost like he's punishing you by being cold. Like he knows what he's doing. He's going to get over himself and move forward. Just let it be. Let him have his moment. It's like he's sulking. Let him sulk. I am Shemaiah Camille. What were Jeremiah's thoughts when he saw me? Okay. Perseverance, spiritual connection, highly attracted to you, felt like the world was at his feet, was wishing for more and prepared to move forward. I think he was really happy when he saw you. You knocked him over. Good. Where are we? Susie, I've messaged him that I'm moving on. What does he think? Okay. He doesn't believe you. He doesn't believe you. He heard what you said, but he feels like that you're just angry and you're just saying it, and he doesn't believe you. I think you're going to hear from him. I think you're going to hear from him, but he don't think that he believes it. I think he thinks that he has you where he wants you, and that you're going to just be there waiting for him. I would, if he reaches out to you, I wouldn't answer him. Let him think that he really lost you, because as of right now, where it stands, it doesn't look like he believes you. He feels like you're just saying it. Jovi, I have love spells on my channel under spell work that you can do yourself. They don't require that much. I do them for people that for whatever reason can't do them themselves. And in that case, they're done on Fridays, they're $25. Like for example, if you live with somebody and you're looking to get with someone else, or if you live with your parents and they're like, what the hell is this? Then that's why I offer the services. Otherwise, you could do them yourself. And the instructions are on underneath spell work on my channel. Love spells, the best day to do them is Friday, the day of Venus. You can do them on Sunday if you really needed to start it, but I would wait till Friday if you could. Malapale, will I end up with the Gemini or the water sign? That's going to be your decision. You're going to have to make that choice, but let's see what the cards suggest. Right now it's showing Gemini, but the thing is that, end up with, right? Like that, you could have a relationship with the water sign for 6 months or 2 years, and that could be a very stable, important relationship. And then you can wind up with the Gemini. You know what I'm saying? So like, can't really go by this. Like when people make things very final, I don't go by that. So that's a tough question. I always talk about the girl I worked with. She was married for 10 years. Her husband, when they got divorced, he went back and he married an old ex. So for the 10 years, that old ex, she didn't end up with him, right? She was married to someone else. But then what happened was they both got divorced, they found each other, and they got remarried. Now, did they end up together? I don't know that they're still together. What if they were married for 5 years, they got divorced, and now she's with someone else? So the idea of ending up with and it being final, I can't go by that. Because very few, look, the divorce rate is what, 60%? And those are the people that actually get divorced. They're not the people that are screwing around and doing other things. Because people like to have their cake and eat it too. Okay, I think I'm up to Auntie Charlie, Mel's current thoughts or feelings towards me. Spiritual connection, but feeling like he's a little bit unlucky. He's a little bit afraid to move forward, but at the end of the day, he feels like fate and karma is going to bring the two of you back together. It looks like he's missing you, but he's afraid to make the decision to move forward or to reach out to you. But I think that he's been spending a lot of time thinking about things lately. And I wouldn't be surprised if he did reach out to you soon. TD love reading. Okay. Looks like an Aries shows up out of the blue or when you least expect it, but we've been dealing with this Aries, right? That's nothing new. You're going to have some fun, carefree, adventurous times, a soulmate connection, but you're going to lay your foot down with this person. If they don't give you what you want, you're going to walk away quickly or you're going to turn to someone else. They'll feel regret if you walk away, because I think you're at the point where you're going to be like, you know what, I'm prepared to give this up and move on with somebody else. Either shape up or ship out. Sister Moon, if I don't contact, how long will it be for him to contact me? Okay. Oh, yeah, don't forget Auntie Charlie's channel. I haven't been on it in a while. I got to check it out. And then Cade's channel. Cade has a channel. I have them all posted on my community page. Oh, and don't forget Passages of Light. She offers, I just saw it, and I think I'm going to buy from her, like a monthly forecast and a question. She does a lot of good work. And I really like supporting people that do, good work for others and people that can't afford it. By the month of March, you'll hear from him. Neri, will Jamie come back into my life soon? I'm a Libra. He's coming back, definitely. You get your wish. You're gonna get your wish. Chloe, is my crush looking forward to seeing me? Yes, definitely. Definitely. 2 aces and the sun card. Definitely. All right, let me check the time because I got to clean my house. All right. So I'm going to wrap up this one. Moderators, if you have questions, you can get them in. And any last minute super chats you can get in. And then I'm going to try to come back on tonight at 4 o'clock, between 4 and 5. I think I've got company coming over tonight. So I got to clean my house. And then I'd like to do another live stream before they get here. Okay. SARS, whose was at fault for the breakup? Was it me overreacting or was it the Pisces' fault? Okay. I knew this was going to come up. It was both of your faults and neither of your faults. No one person is ever totally guilty. There have been times where you have definitely overreacted, and who hasn't? We all have. But I think that you were also pushed to a limit that you had taken enough. I think that you were both at fault, and I think you'll both be responsible for working it out and getting back together, if that's what you choose. Anna, does JF still love me and want us to unite in this year? Okay, let's see. He's planning on coming back. He sees you in his future. No, that's okay. Any last minute quick super chats, you can get them in fast. I'm not like under a terrible time crunch. I just want to wrap it up soon so that I can get the house cleaned. Which is, I'm not really good at cleaning the house, so I need a little extra time. I get sidetracked. Like I go into the kitchen to do something, and then I'll go into the bathroom to pee, and then I'm forgot where I was. I don't know. Let's see. And any of the moderators that might be here that I didn't get to, I'll answer for also. Let me see who else I can grab quickly. Okay, let me get to Mihak. She's right here. I'm worried about finances, how finances are looking in January and February. Okay. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. You might have some choices that you have to make, but things will change for you. They'll change pretty quickly moving into the new year. January and February may be a little bit tough, but I don't think it's going to be anything too catastrophic. Use your intuition and focus on positive thoughts. I mean, I hate to say it because it really sounds cliche, but focus on the money that you have and not the money that you don't have or the money that you need. So if you have $100, but you still need 200, just focus on, I'm so grateful I have 100. I'm so grateful I have 100, because you focus on what you have and you'll get more of it. Like attracts like. I know. First of all, finances stress me out to begin with. It's not a good area for me. I'm a Pisces and we just don't, I don't know. It's not a good area for me. But anyhow, that's my 2 cents about it. I do think things are going to get easier for you moving into the spring. All right. Kyla, I was wondering, am I picking up on Greg's energy a lot more lately? I want a confirmation because I've been feeling his energy, but I'm not sure. If you're feeling it, then you definitely are. Definitely. You don't make that up in your head. Another way that you may, you could be like in a crowded store and glance at someone and think it's him, or you may smell him if he's got a certain scent. Sometimes, like you could hear his voice, that kind of stuff. 6, 7, 7, 8. Yeah, no, you're definitely connecting with him. Okay, any other moderators here? I did for SARS. Is Brandy here? I don't remember. I think Brandy is here. All right, I'll do Naomi. Let me find Naomi's question, and then I'm going to go. But I'll be back later. I'll try to get on by like around 4 New York time. I don't see Naomi's question. Oh, yes, Brandy. Do I have remote vision? Okay. A little bit. I think you need to work on it more. It's not coming up very strong. Crystal, will Christopher ever give up on me? Okay, let's see. He's not going to give up anytime soon, but he will. He does have a breaking point where he's going to feel like he put too much effort in, didn't see a payoff. But I think you have some time to make your decision. Naomi, will the Leo fall for me when I meet him in person this spring? Okay. Yeah, you're going to have a great connection. You're going to have a great connection. Good luck. All right. I will see you guys in a little bit. It's around, I think, 1:15 right now. It's 1:17. I'm going to try to get back on by 4 o'clock. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thanks. Thank you to my moderators, and I'll see you in a little while. Bye-bye.